Welcome back to 101 Sports. I'm now joined by our NFL experts, Matt Dowdle and Stephen A. Harris, to make some predictions about the upcoming season. Now, guys, these predictions will be looked at the end of the season, and they will be aired again, so you may be laughed at or you may be praised. We'll have to wait and see. But let's start with you, Matt. Which second-year quarterback starter will not play to his expectations?
Well, I intend on being praised by the end of the season, and I'm going to go with Colin Kaepernick. Big reasons why. Reasons why. A, Crabtree is hurt. And let's be honest. In the last 8 games of the season, when he, including the playoffs, he caught 40% of all of Kaepernick's balls for 7 touchdowns, over 55 grabs.
Fair enough.
He
That just forces him to spread around, get Vernon Davis back in.
Vernon Davis didn't do anything last year.
But could you imagine if he gets some chemistry with Vernon Davis?
He
now
had
when
13
Crabtree
games
comes back,
to do it.
When Crabtree comes back, now that'll be a dirty receiving core with Bolden coupled back in there.
Crabtree's not coming back. And Davis had 13 games.
I didn't say right away. But when Crabtree does come back,
Well, we're talking
Davis
about second-year
Crabtree
starter for now. So
all right,
let's
well,
stick to that.
I completely disagree with Kaepernick. I'm going to go with RG3. And the only reason I'm going with RG3 is because of that knee. So that knee is going to be
injury.
that's going to be ugly. And I saw this and I just knew RG3 was not going to be pretty. Because they're going to work him back. He's not going to be able to runner. He's going to be, and it forces him to be a pocket quarterback.
Well, I'm happy you can foresee that. I'm happy you can foresee the future and that you saw this and that'd be ugly. But I'm just going on the perfect fact that he had over a 100 QB rating. So if he can't run, something tells me he'll be successful, buddy.
We can argue about this for a very long time. Both quarterbacks hopefully will have a better year that they can even improve on from last year. But let's look at first-year coaches. Stephen A., let's start with you. Which first-year coach will take a team that wasn't so good and make them a little bit better this season?
I think it's got to be Bruce Arians because he took over for the Colts as their interim head coach.
He was good.
When Chuck Pagano went down. That team didn't have much going for it, really.
They still don't, but keep going.
Exactly. And he's coming to Arizona where they have a more legitimate quarterback in Carson Palmer because, let's face it, Carson Palmer is no Kevin Cobb.
You're right, a former retiree is not Kevin Cobb.
They still have one of the top receivers in Larry Fitzgerald.
That is true.
Because he would be good if he actually had a quarterback.
I agree, guys who
because,
retired are great.
You can pick up a guy off the street and throw to Larry Fitzgerald.
Would agree with that.
It's not going to be
Kurt Warner.
Very pretty.
Carson Palmer came off the
Patrick
street.
Peterson, they have some good weapons coming, and Bruce Arians took a team that didn't have much talent and took them to the playoffs. So let's think about it. He's taking a team that doesn't have much talent.
Bruce Arians is about to take his best piece.
He's
about to take his best piece of talent on defense, and his offense is so terrible. He's putting Patrick Pearson and trying to find a ways to use him on offense because he has nothing else. All power to Fitz. I love Fitz. I think he's a great guy, and he hasn't had a quarterback in years. Poor guy. Palmer hasn't had success since he retired and left Cincinnati. So no offense. I'm going to go with Andy Reid and the Chiefs. First of all, you can't do much worse than 2-14, especially with a team that had 6 Pro Bowlers. Andy Reid,
we're not talking about like who's going to do better because you can only go up when you're 2-14. We're talking about a team that's going to have the biggest improvement.
I think Andy Reid can take 2-14
anywhere.
I can see 2-14.
The only thing going for the Chiefs is that division is
plus
garbage
500
over 500.
Wow.
If they pull,
wow.
put it this way, if they pull a 6 seed,
over
500. Not surprised.
Over 500?
I
say it's lucky if it's 500 at all.
Well, we talked about the Cardinals, and I'm assuming that is a team that would not be in this game. So it's the very beginning of the season, NFC Championship game. Who you guys got? First game.
You know, I got to go. Seattle and San Fran are the high power guys, and I think they're both going to make it there, and I'm going to lean with Seattle beating them out. Like I said, I think Kaepernick's going to take a step behind, and just as I think Russell Wilson
step behind to the NFC Championship game? It's pretty nice step. Stephen A?
I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to agree with San Francisco and Seattle. I think you're spot on there, but I'm going to disagree and say San Francisco over Seattle. If you look at ever since Harbaugh's there, first year, loses the NFC Championship game. Second year there, loses the Super Bowl. Where do you go from there? You go back to the Super Bowl, and I think they actually win it this year.
That just sounds like consistent losing to me, which I think will continue.
But it sounds like a step up every year.
Let's flip the script, and let's go to the AFC really quickly. Stephen A.
Houston over Denver.
All right.
Houston's they're getting better. I believe it, and I believe in DeAndre Hopkins.
Shaw
He could
finally
be.
beats Manning.
I think it finally happened,
like
and I think DeAndre Hopkins could be that number 2 receiver that they've been
Fair
desperate
enough. Hey,
for
you know
years.
what? I like Houston. I love him. If Foster and Andre Johnson can stay healthy, I give him the nod. But I like Denver over Baltimore. I do like how Baltimore's retooled the season. I like how Baltimore's retooled. I like how
They won the
Baltimore's
Super Bowl
retooled.
last year.
But they lost they lost all their key pieces.
They lost men who were
the only
hobbling
thing
around.
that's
Ray
coming
Lewis
back
and
for
Ed
them
Reed were hobbling.
is an
Either way,
overpaid and overrated quarterback.
Either way,
That's the
Denver
only
over
thing coming back for
Baltimore.
them.
That's my thoughts.
All right, well, you got your Super Bowl. Who's going to win?
You know what? I got to go. Denver is going to beat Seattle. Sorry. Seattle and San Fran?
No.
Oh.
And who you got?
Because it's going to be San Fran over Houston. Because Kaepernick's going to take a step up, He's going to have because he has a full offseason
got a
being
lot
the
of
number
faith in
one.
this boy,
He's
with
got
an
a full
injured
offseason
receiver.
being the number one. He's going to take the step up. He's going to be in the Super Bowl over Seattle, and then Houston's going to be in the Super Bowl over Denver, and then San Francisco's going to take it over Houston.
You can read. You are
intricate.
very good at brackets. You
These
can
are a lot
read
of
them
predictions
well.
we're going to be able to bring back, which
in
is
a
which is
nutshell,
beautiful.
you're just wrong.
In a
I'm
nutshell,
actually
Peyton Manning.
I'm actually going to go with the Denver Broncos. I think Von Miller comes back.
Because
and
Peyton
really
Manning was
strengthens
so
a lot of
good in big
things.
games. You know what's going to happen?
He's
It's gonna be a
great.
championship game,
He's
and Peyton
Peyton
Manning's
Manning.
going to throw a great
Yeah,
interception
whatever,
in big
whatever,
games because that's what
whatever.
Peyton Manning does.
I
All
gotta
right, that's
win.
all the time we have for this ridiculous argument. Next up, Jake sits down with our resident college football experts to recap week 1 in college football. Stay tuned.